Today at Design Santa Barbara, we are in Santa Barbara Design Center, and a bit of an unusual project today. We mostly do residentials, and today we have a commercial space called SALT. It's right around the corner from us on State Street. It is a project done by Colleen Macey. Let's go see it. Come join us. Good morning, Colleen.
Good morning, Michael.
How are you?
Good, thank you. Welcome to SALT.
Wow, who would have thought down on State Street would be such an amazing place?
I know.
Had no clue.
I know. Well, that's why I thought it was good for you to come by and see what's going on over here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about it. How did you get the job?
Well, the owners are design clients of mine, and they asked me to come by and add a few accessories to the store. So I am just thrilled at the opportunity to accessorize in here because I'm totally inspired by this entire environment in here.
It looks very inviting.
Yeah. Would you like a tour?
Yeah, love to see.
Okay, let's go. So let me tell you a little bit about the products here. There's a wide variety of products. They have everything from edibles to body scrubs to sprays. Every product contains 84 essential minerals, mostly magnesium and iron, which people are generally
iron deficiencies.
Yeah, so that is just perfect. So it's fun and it's good for you to come
A lot of
here.
people think salt is white, but the natural salt from Hindu Kush Mountain is actually pinkish color.
Exactly. Not only is it appealing and appetizing and beautiful, it's a fun color to work with from a design point of view too.
It is.
So I am.
I'm excited to see these things actually
Yeah,
used.
absolutely.
All right, Colleen, tell me a little bit about space.
Okay, well, behind me is the salt caves. There's a large one and a small one, and they do therapeutic treatment in there. To the back on the left is a massage facility. There's several rooms back there. There's also a waiting room, which is very nice and very appealing and nice place to wait. And the retail area
The counter.
over here. Yeah, and the counter right
Where
there.
do we start today?
Today we are going to start in the waiting room.
All right.
Okay, so let me
Let's
show
go
you.
then.
Okay.
Stay tuned. There is more Design Santa Barbara coming after the break. Today we are in a commercial project, SALT on State Street. A friend of mine, Colleen Macey, is the designer. I'm excited to see what she has for us in the store.
You may notice, Michael, the sound of the crunching under your feet. It is the salt, granulated salt, that they covered the floor with to create your first experience with salt in the salt cave.
It's very clever.
Yeah, isn't it fun? So
I feel like you're at the beach.
yeah, it's a little bit of a surprise to people when they first arrive, but it's fun. It kind of lets you know you're somewhere different.
So this is the meeting area or waiting area?
This is the waiting area, and this is basically the room that I have to work with today, and I need to create an atmosphere in here that makes people feel welcome, helps them to relax, and makes them think it's going to be fun to be here at the Salt Cave for a treatment.
So this is the first step. You
Right.
cool down, you sit down, get into it.
Right, after your busy day, you check in, you walk into this room, and you think, I'm so glad to be here. This is so much fun. I'm going to get a great massage, and this is the room that has to kind of settle things down for you. So
It actually does. It somehow smells a little bit different.
yeah, you can feel it. They claim that the salt affects your sinuses and your breathing immediately. So that
It
is
really
why,
does.
Yeah, you can sense.
I feel the difference.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's fun. So where do we start?
Well, the first thing I did for this room, as you can see, the walls were fairly simple and basic. There wasn't much going on, and I felt that adding fabric and drapes to the room would create a softer and more welcoming environment. And I selected this tribal-inspired fabric, which I'm going to close a little bit for you now. You can see, basically we covered the entire wall of it, and
That's beautiful.
there's no more things to look at that wouldn't be appealing.
That's a beautiful fabric actually. It's a ECAT design.
Yeah.
It kind of goes from the Hindu Kush Mountains. That's a funny thing. The original of the design comes from where the salt comes from.
Right. Right.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, tribal fabric, salt caves, it all seems to work. And I think the colors are inspiring and they work really well with the other salt related colors.
Transform the whole room, actually.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's a good
shall
start.
we get maybe the chairs in, right?
Yeah, we also need some chairs, and we need a table, and we may need a lamp or some decorative pieces on the back table.
I think I picked enough stuff.
Okay, great.
Let's get them in.
All right.
Mr. Angel, can we kindly get those chairs in, please?
So we are going to place the chairs in a circle. I feel that circles are very appealing. It encourages people to, there's no hierarchy, and it encourages people to feel comfortable.
It's like a gathering, tribal gathering.
Yeah, exactly. There's something soft and nice about a circle that
Wonderful, sir.
I think everyone likes. Kind of universal design concept. And then we also have a circular table that I'm excited to bring in that I found at the design center.
I love that table. It's actually my #1 selling coffee table.
I'll
It's
bet
an
it is.
interesting table.
And it's reclaimed wood, and it's round, and it's just beautiful. So we're thrilled to have it here today.
And you shouldn't mention that the microfiber you picked because it doesn't get dirty and
Well, the microfiber actually looks like velvet, which is very luxurious, but it is not velvet, so it's extremely durable, can be wiped, can be cleaned, and it is a commercial.
commercial use. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. A lot of people don't know that those new polyesters are endless possibility and they don't get dirty. You just wipe
See
them
how
off.
nice this feels
It
already?
looks nice.
Just makes you want to
And
sit
I like
down
that you
and
picked 5 of them.
Yes.
It is an uneven number.
uneven number.
And why do you do that?
Well, there's just something about 5 that feels, it leaves something open to the imagination.
I like that, uneven. A lot of people look for
Uneven.
symmetry, 2, 4, 6s,
Yeah.
but
I like symmetry. I think symmetry is important, but it isn't always the answer. Wow, look at
and
this.
here comes my favorite coffee table.
And
look at that,
reclaimed
voila.
wood. So much fun.
Very nice.
So, here we are.
Now it feels very inviting. You had some accessories picked?
Yes.
We brought them.
We have a plant we're going to use here and a lamp which actually looks like salt. And I just happened to find it at your showroom.
Yeah, I love that thing. It's an alabaster actually.
There's
but
this
it feels like-
beautiful, yeah, beautiful little alabaster lamp that I don't think could be more perfect.
It looks good.
And of course the faux plants, which obviously in this room you would have a hard time growing a real plant, but they look amazingly real.
They look real. They're real. They're real plastic.
Oh, perfect. Okay. And of course orchids, because Santa Barbara is an orchid sort of a place. We grow orchids here in all the nurseries outside of town.
This is amazing. You have vision.
So all of a sudden it's coming together, right?
Yes, it did.
And it's becoming a place that would be nice. This lamp also has a very dim light, which creates an atmosphere in this room, which is normally lit very dark. That's another part of the strategy for relaxing here.
So where do we go from here?
Well, I think we should check out the massage area next.
All right.
Okay?
I follow you.
Okay. Okay, so this is the hallway that leads to the massage rooms, and this is the rug I selected to use in here. I based my selection on the color, which I think is just beautiful, and the way it looks with the walls, which are softly glazed in terracotta, and the soft terracotta and the beautiful, brilliant hand-dyed rug, are just beautiful.
It's a Tibetan carpet and has those beautiful lotus flowers that you picked, and it brings a little bit of a calmness and that cave Himalayan Hindu Kush mountain feeling. Beautiful. You did a great job on this one. I feel like already inviting and you want to
know.
walk to the massage room.
I know, thank you. I thank you for noticing. Yeah, I would just be thrilled to walk down this hallway anytime.
All right. All right, Colleen. So what do we do next?
Well, Maria is waiting for you in the large salt cave to show you around and tell you a little bit more about it.
Oh, I'm very curious. Love
Should
to
be
see what
fun.
she has to say.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So see you in a minute.
Alrighty.
Coming up next on Design Santa Barbara. Hello, Miss Maria.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you. This is a magical space.
Thank you.
Well, can you tell us about the salt a little bit?
Absolutely. So welcome to the largest Himalayan salt cave in all of North America. It's composed of 45 tons of Himalayan salt.
Wow.
It's designed to help detoxify the body and raise serotonin levels while balancing your electromagnetic field. There's a generator in the back that is emitting heated microparticles of salt that are antibacterial and anti-inflammatory. So those help to cleanse your sinuses and your lungs, all while you're feeling very relaxed and listening to a series of solfeggio brainwave music that's designed to keep you in a deep meditative state.
It actually feels a little bit like a vibration in here.
Yeah.
Is it from the salt or is that synthetically created?
No, it's all from the salt. It's all releasing negative ions, which help your body feel very relaxed, and we definitely think of it as our heart space.
It's a cleansing space.
Yes.
I was telling Colleen, actually, I opened my nostrils. It's a very interesting concept, and it feels like you're at the beach. It's a very, very unusual thing.
It's the same concept. The salt in the ocean and the salt from the Himalayas, they all emit negative ions.
That's very cool. Hey, I thank you very much. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. Colleen, that was an amazing cave. I have never seen anything like it.
I know, it is amazing.
And Maria explained about it, and it just very, very, very calm and actually relaxing. And I feel it is a vibration out there.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, yeah. I know, and Maria is very knowledgeable.
Yes,
Fun
she
to
is.
talk to, so yeah, she's a real asset. So anyway, while you were talking to Maria, I added a few pieces to the retail space that I think made a big difference. The area going into the restrooms is a hallway that basically had nothing going on before, and I added a rug from your showroom.
That tribal
Which,
rug.
by the way, would be interesting to know. I don't know a whole lot about it. I basically select the rugs on style and color, but I would love to know more about it.
Aesthetically, you're actually very talented. It's just discerning you have, the discerning eye you have. It's actually a tribal piece that comes from the same area again as the salt does come from. It's a tribal, it's rich, and has the design of
Interesting.
primitiveness and red.
So we're keeping with the tribal theme throughout here.
You did?
In the cave.
Yes.
The other place I added a round mirror, a big round mirror with a bold wooden frame. I think bold design also translates very well in this environment.
It does.
So you'll see that when
Love
we go
to
out
see it.
there. And also you had a beautiful wooden etagere that I placed on a back wall to feature the finer salt decorative pieces and lights that they sell. So I think when you place things on a finer piece of furniture, the items themselves look like they're of a nicer quality, which all of these salt products
It's all about
are.
the presentation.
Right, so they deserve to be on something really nice.
That's
so
wonderful.
I found just the perfect things I needed at your place.
It adds a lot. Actually, as you mentioned, you got the job because they were hiring you to fill up the empty spaces, and that's what you do basically.
Right.
Colleen, thank you for welcoming us to Salt. It's just a wonderful project you did, and looking forward to have another opportunity to work with you.
Great, I'm looking forward to it too. And I really appreciate what a great source Santa Barbara Design Center is. And I look forward to working with you again too.
Thank you. Feelings are mutual. Thank you very much. So Colleen, we have a viewer, Jacqueline, is asking, how do I create a calming space in my home?
Well, the best way to create a calming space in your home is to add things to your home that you genuinely like, that you feel good about. And when you look at them, they make you feel better. It's important to know a little bit about what makes you happy. And colors are very important. I encourage people to use colors that speak to them, that create a feeling of peace and harmony in their life. And sometimes we just have to figure out what it is that makes them happy and then bring it in. Placement of objects that works, that's functional, just peacefulness, no static, things that make sense. Usually things that make sense make people feel calm.
Colleen, that's a great answer. Thank you very much. I hope this answers your question, Jacqueline. And until the next time.
Until the next time, happy decorating.
All right, today in Design Santa Barbara we have Quentin Parker, friend of mine. He's a Harvard-educated architect and he does a lot of remodelings and buildings, and we do a lot of remodelings in our town, and a lot of people do a lot of mistakes doing remodelings.
Exactly.
So you, a while ago, told me there's 7 mistakes to avoid.
Basically 7 mistakes, and let me start off. Thank you, Michael, for
Please.
this opportunity. Remodeling, most people think of as being very difficult. It's actually a process that can be very simple, but more important, it can be a lot of fun. The 7 mistakes, briefly, are first and foremost budget. If you don't have an exact budget and you don't know where you're going, cost overruns, other problems can occur. Secondly, timetable. If you have a certain timetable stepped up, professionals like Michael and myself have a lot easier to meet those conditions. Third, scope of work. Scope of work is most important because the more you can communicate what it is you want to have, the better it is for Michael and his staff or me to help you in that process. Fourth, and this is more about experience level, trust the professionals you work with. When you come in, you have all these ideas. Michael can not only show you and give you direction which way to go, but with the freedom you give him, or me as an architect, we can expound on other processes. And finally, as the experience level as to what you want to have, choose your professionals well, because in how you communicate your needs, this is how you can best define your project. Communication is everything. My last point is probably the most important one, because a lot of people make this mistake. They don't have fun in doing it. And with Michael in this large area where you can pick and choose all the things you want, not only will you have fun, but it's also not a requirement to do anything. Please come in here, talk to him, and just figure out, explore what it is you might want to do. Whether it happens or not is mostly up to you, and maybe in part up to Michael or me. So thank you for this time to explain that.
Oh, that was very nice. Thank you. I appreciate it, Quentin.
Sure.
Also, his website is very much worth visiting. It's called archwork.com. And again, thank you. That was very educational.
Certainly. Archwork.com is a place where you can come just to ask questions. I have this in writing, so if you want to contact me through archwork.com, I'll be glad to send you this in writing and also help you with anything that Michael has in store for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Today, as we saw, Colleen has picked some wood pieces for the salt, which is a very interesting place. And I have 2 pieces of wood for appraisals. And I come with a lot of questions people do ask me across that. How do you know something is old or new? So today I picked 2 farm tables and I let you decide which one is old, which one is new. So which one do you think is old? Okay, so I tell you which one is old. Actually, this particular one is the old one. Although it doesn't look as fray as this piece, but this is an old piece. How do you see? It has a patina to it. The age, the usage, people sitting on it, people putting stuff on it, touching it back and forth, hundreds of years does wonder. Again, you cannot go back in time and create patina and age. This one has been used and actually is worn down very nicely, like sanding. This one, the wood is very old. The wood is like probably 200 to 300 years old, but has not been used as a table like this one was. And as such, you can see it has rough edges and has ups and downs that usually naturally would not have occurred if you had a furniture that has been in use. This brand new table made to look old, and if you don't know it, you don't know it. Even the wood, you can see, has been cut by saw instead of a machine, and that's why you have those cuts. It's an old wood, but newly made furniture. So, appraisal, I would appraise the antique one for like about $5,000. New one, like around $1,500. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Looking forward to see you next week at Design Santa Barbara.